the spark of obsession. Born in the mysterious old streets of Anakali, Lahore, Zavian Kaleem was always different. While other kids played cricket or obsessed over video games, Zavian would dismantle old radios, clocks, and phones, mesmerized by what lay inside. He didn't just want to use things. He wanted to understand their very core. His mother often said, "This child seems to belong to another world." His father, a schoolteacher, supported Zavian's curiosity by building a small lab in the backyard. There, Zavian conducted his first experiments, often failing, but never quitting. At the age of 15, he designed a device that attempted to produce electricity using compressed water and air. While imperfect, it won first prize at the Lahore Science Expo. That moment marked the beginning of a new journey, one that would take him far beyond anything he imagined. The Oxford chapter Zavian's brilliance earned him a full scholarship to Oxford University. It wasn't just a leap in education, it was an entrance into a whole new world. At Oxford, he found himself amidst global minds. Exploring quantum energy and solar physics during a seminar, Zavian asked a question that left the audience stunned. If we could harness the raw power of the sun, directly, unfiltered, unchained, would we still need fuel, oil, or nuclear power? People laughed. Impossible, someone scoffed, but to Zavian, impossible was simply an invitation to try. The Solar Vein project. After completing his PhD, Zavian returned to Pakistan and began work on what he called the Solar Vein project, a system that could convert sunlight directly into raw, continuous energy using quantum circuits and nanoconductors. It was far beyond traditional solar panels. Government institutions dismissed him. Investors mocked him. The media labeled him a dreamer, chasing shadows, but one man stood by him, Dr. Samar Qureshi, a retired nuclear physicist who told him, "Only those with a bit of madness can bring change to the world." Together, they built a small lab in a desolate region of Balochistan. It became the testing ground for their dream. A door to the sky. For 3 years, they failed repeatedly. Circuits melted, radiation levels spiked, data got corrupted. Every step forward came with 10 steps back. Then, one evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, the machine emitted its first stable pulse of energy. Zavian looked at the data screen, then up to the sky, tears glistening in his eyes. "We've brought the sun to Earth," he whispered. For the first time, the media took notice. But big oil companies, government agencies, and energy cartels tried to bury the news. They spread false allegations, national security risk, foreign-funded agenda, nuclear danger. One night, as Zavian drove home from the lab, his car crashed violently. Authorities called it an accident, but Zavian knew better. It was a warning. Resistance and triumph. The crash left Zavian in a wheelchair for 4 months, but his spirit remained unbroken. Instead of hiding his research, he made it open source, inviting scientists around the world to collaborate. Researchers from the US, Germany, Japan, and Turkey joined forces. Within a year, the solar vein system was tested on a global scale. Zavian was invited to present at the United Nations Energy Summit. As he took the stage, the world watched. "I'm just a boy from a narrow street in Lahore. But when belief grows stronger than fear, even the sun becomes your ally." The hall erupted in applause. Return and legacy. Zavian refused to sell his technology to any government or corporation. Instead, he established a solar research institute in Pakistan, called the Markazi Tahqiqi Zavian, a place where underprivileged students received free education and conducted clean energy research. He launched a nationwide mission to install micro-solar grids in rural villages. Within 5 years, over 300 villages had electricity without paying a single bill. He often said, "Electricity should not be a business. It's a basic human right." The final flight. At the age of 60, Zavian unveiled his final invention, a solar cell that worked in both snow and sunlight, capturing particles even on cloudy days. After that, he quietly stepped away from the world of labs and awards. He opened a modest tea shop near the hills, where he'd tell stories to children and young minds about science, passion, and purpose. One afternoon, while sipping tea in the sun. He smiled gently, then closed his eyes forever. Epilogue: The Light of Dr. Zavian Kaleem. After his passing, global institutes dubbed him the Sun Whisperer. Every year, on July 24th, the world celebrates Global Solar Day in his memory. His story became a beacon for generations of dreamers, and perhaps the most powerful line he ever said was, "The sun isn't the brightest thing, faith is."